I'm slowly getting used to talking to a camera, which is good. Hello everyone! Hope you are having a great day. It is Sunday here in Canada and it is so beautiful out right now. I cannot handle it. There is no snow on the ground currently where I am and I'm so happy about it. So happy. I actually sat outside without a coat today. It's amazing. It can get really cold here and it's just, I'm just so ready for spring, so ready for summer. Oh, it's gonna be great. So what I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about today is sketchbooks and paper and everything that I love in the world. I have a lot of different sketchbooks, a lot of paper just kind of around my house. I have drawers full of it over here. You can't see it, but full of paper and sketchbooks. It's a kind of a collection and an addiction. It's fun. It's all in good fun. So when you're going into an art store and trying to pick out a sketchbook, it can be a little overwhelming. They have a lot of different types of sketchbooks that you can look at with different papers, different sizes, different everything, certain mediums you can use on some, certain you can't. It's just category after category. So I thought it would be cool to talk about kind of the three categories that I look at when I'm trying to figure out what's the right sketchbook for me. It's all kind of based on personal preference, so it's really up to you in the end what you're looking for in a sketchbook, but I have a few little tips and tricks to kind of finding that or things to look for, and then my favorite brand of sketchbook, which I'll show you at the end of the video. So the first thing you're going to want to look at when picking out a sketchbook is the paper on the inside of the sketchbook, obviously. It's where you're going to be doing most of your work. Might as well look at the paper and make sure the paper is right for you and what you're going to use it for. We're going to start with the surface of the paper. So the surface has to do with the roughness or the texture of the overall paper. It's also known as the tooth of the paper. Paper with a high tooth is normally used for watercolors, pastels, or charcoals. Basically anything that needs the texture of the paper to hold on to the medium and make sure it just doesn't slide right off. Smoother surfaces are best used for pencils, pencil crayons, markers, and inks. Markers especially, because when you're drawing with markers or pencil crayons on a textured surface, you're going to see that texture show through your piece. When you have a smooth surface paper, you don't have any of that tooth. So when you color on it, like say with pencil crayon or inks or markers, you'll have a consistent kind of flat color without any texture, which is a benefit to having smooth surface paper. So the next is weights. So weight of a paper relates to how thick it is. The weight of a single page is often listed in either pounds or in grams per square meter. The thickness of your paper will also depend on what types of mediums you're using on your page as well. If you're doing something like tracing paper or you need like a thin paper, it would be like 25-pound paper. 50 to 60-pound paper is usually sketchbook paper or the basic kind of sketching paper that you need. 90 to 110-pound kind of paper is normally considered heavyweight paper or something similar to cardstock. It's best used for different types of mediums, so wet and dry mediums. Up to 140-pound paper is normally considered the thickest of the stocks that you can find. It's normally used for painting, watercolors, not really used much for sketching. It's mainly for the final piece. It's usually rougher in tooth to hold on to the paint, which is something that you'll be looking for if you're doing watercolor. And finally, we're going to talk about the size of your sketchbook. So the size of your sketchbook is based more on personal preference, I find, but it all kind of boils down to two major categories, or three. Three. So for starters, if you prefer to draw larger scale drawings, you're gonna want a sketchbook that's large. That's pretty easy. So if you know that you like drawing big, just buy a bigger sketchbook. 9x12 size is normally a good starting point for larger sketches, and then you can move up from there. Really, it's up to you. It's whatever you like to draw and whatever scale you like to draw in, and that's normally kind of the direction of sketchbook you should be buying. Also, you have to consider, though, take into context portability. Now, if you're gonna take the sketchbook places, you don't want to like go to a cafe and pull out like a giant 13 by 19 sketchbook. It's just not gonna work out for you in the end. It's gonna be really hard to carry around. It'll take up most of the table. It just won't work out. So consider portability when you're getting your sketchbook. Are you going to be taking it places? Is this just kind of a pocket-sized sketchbook that you're just gonna throw in your bag and continue on with your day? Or is it going to be something that you're going to be using in the end to create giant, lavish pieces? And then finally is hand to page ratio. Now this might be something that only affects me, but I absolutely hate it when I'm drawing in a sketchbook and my hand will get to the edge and then fall off the edge, and then like I can't like draw, especially in a thick kind of sketchbook that is smaller, more portable, but my hand will get to the edge and then fall off, and then my like hand, the line isn't like consistent anymore and it gets all squiggly and gross, and it's just like, I hate that. I don't know if I'm the only one who gets annoyed by that, but it bugs me so much. If it's something that bugs you too, let me know in the comments, because I feel like I'm the only person who hates that. That's just something that I look at when I'm buying a sketchbook, is like hand to page ratio, but yeah. So my favorite sketchbooks to use now, based on, you know, surface, weight of the paper and size, I really love using these mixed media sketchbooks by Canson. They are probably one of my favorite sketchbooks I've ever used. I think I've filled, well yeah, I've filled 3 so far this year. I have them all here and I love them. They are the best sketchbook that I have used so far. They're not that expensive too, so that's a perk. I don't really like investing in expensive sketchbooks because I feel like as soon as I draw on the first page, I've destroyed it and it's like all that money out of the window. Just so I like buying affordable sketchbooks just because there's a lot less pressure on me in the end, and I'm totally fine with that. These are the sketchbooks that I prefer to use for all of my sketches, my rough work, just like my little drawings here. It's really great for ink. As well as watercolor washes. The paper holds up really nicely. I find the 9 by 12 size to be a decent size. It's still portable for me anyways, that I can just kind of throw it in my bag. I know that they do make a larger size, which I think is more rectangular, landscape wise, than just like a regular spiral bound, I don't know, portrait style. So it's definitely something to look into. I love Canson products. I actually just bought a new Canson sketchbook, which I shouldn't have, but it's not mixed media paper, it's regular sketch paper, so I thought I'd try something new with that. But if you're looking for a sketchbook that's affordable and kind of fits the mold of thicker paper, nice surface, and you know, good with all different types of mediums, those are the ones to go for. Canson sketchbooks are probably one of my favorite brands. They make a lot of hardcover sketchbooks as well as multiple sizes for all sorts of things. I've never came across a Canson product that I haven't liked, so definitely check them out if you have time to do so. I always put like stickers on the front of my sketchbooks, I've noticed too. Babstar is awesome. You should definitely check her work out. She does the new Batgirl along with Cameron Stewart and Brandon Fletcher, who are the nicest people I've ever met in my life. I met them at TCAF last year and they're so nice. But anyways, random tangent. So taking those tips into consideration, I'm sure that you can find a sketchbook that's perfect for you. Just make sure to look at the surface of the paper, the weight of the paper, and the overall size of the sketchbook. And really, the rest is up to you. It is all based on your own personal preference, if I haven't said that enough in this video. If you have a favorite sketchbook that you've absolutely fallen in love with, let me know in the comments below. I'm always open to learning more about other types of art supplies out there. I'm obsessed with art supplies, so definitely let me know if you have a favorite sketchbook, and I'll respond to the comments down there as well. Maybe I can do a review on one. I don't know. I think it would be fun. I'm gonna go outside now and breathe some fresh air for the first time in forever. For the first time in forever. I hate Frozen, so I don't know why I did that, but yeah. So hopefully you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you the next time I post a video. Bye guys!